Remix. 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 Remix.
Oh, yeah. Welcome out once and all y'all people, big and small. This is the Remix Morning Show. Right here on Black Liberation Media, in case you did not know. And yes, we are bringing you that boom bap breakfast right here to your home, your car, wherever you are, star. We are here. And by far, let me introduce to you your host with the most, coming straight from the East Coast, Jared Ball. Whew.
That's all. The only one on time.
You already
Dock
know it.
their pay.
Everybody, as y'all say in DC. Everybody.
What's up, man? What's up,
Hey,
remixers?
What's up, everybody? Let's see who we got in the Chitty Diddy chat room. We got brother
Big bro.
Jamil. There you go. Look at that. See, you already on it. Gotta
Big
give
bro.
him a shout out. Big time. 40J Blaze. You know what I'm saying?
Quentin Spencer, Lawless District. What's up, everybody?
We get
Make
it.
sure you do everything that ear doctor, like he says. What's up, Elon? Is this your... Oh, Bomb Dia. I thought you were saying it was Born Dia.
I always thought that too. What is Bomb Dia? Is that French, Italian,
I don't...
gibberish?
Dia, I mean,
Day.
it's Spanish, but I don't know about... I don't know.
Yeah. Come on, man. You know you got your roots.
Then
You got a little bit of
Chitty
Espanol
Macha.
roots over there, don't you?
I mean, I'm a terrible learner. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
it's Portuguese. Okay.
You know, my son is
Yeah.
taking that. I don't know why. And it's just like a wasted class they make you take in college.
I don't think it's wasted at all.
Shit.
I think learning any language is of value. And Portuguese is the language spoken by the largest size of African people, population of African people outside of the continent. So,
Yeah, I guess he'll use it with his fine arts degree.
but I think it helps. Not only does it help learn other languages, but it helps, I think, expand how you interpret the world.
It means good day.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figured that much. But,
Yeah, man.
many Africans speak Portuguese. So, you know what I mean?
Okay. I was thinking French. But what do I know? I guess that too.
Yeah, I mean,
I learned a little Espanol, a little couple curse words here and there, but I had a lot of
Everything.
Puerto Ricans I grew up with. Right, my next door neighbors was Puerto Ricans. Big up to Jose and Gladys. Even
How much
though they-
Spanish did they speak?
Oh, I mean, they spoke Spanish and black. They did it both.
They spoke splack,
They spoke splack, exactly.
Blannish.
Yeah. Did you have any other ethnical groups that you was around?
Nah, man, not that I knew. I grew up, man, so stereotypically North American, man. If it's like something Skip Coon once said about being in Jackson, Mississippi. He said, if you're not black and don't speak Spanish, you're white. That's just it. And for me, there were no Spanish speakers, at least overtly. So the only people I saw were black and white, and that was it. And it wasn't even diaspora black. Everybody was just black. There was no, I'm from here, I'm from there. It was just black or you were white,
That makes
and that
sense.
was it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking in Jersey, you got Puerto Ricans, Cubans, and a bunch of them. But when I moved down south, it's nothing but Mexicans, and I don't really run into any Puerto Ricans and stuff like that.
Well,
But in the middle there,
stereotypically,
it's
yeah.
nobody.
Well,
Blacks and whites.
I mean, I'm in the Mid Atlantic. It's just that where in the specific area I was growing up, and there wasn't the sort of the influx of Latin America that we got over the next couple of decades. Like now you can't go anywhere without seeing everybody. But when I was growing up, it was a lot more just black and white, and that was it. And so it took me a while. Like I remember I was in the Navy. The first time I saw what I thought, I saw him sitting there, and he looked like any other brother I had ever seen. And he started speaking Spanish. And I said, and I remember stupidly, I just asked, I was like, how do you know Spanish? And he kind of looked at me almost irritated, like.
Like, how do you know black?
Right. He was like, I'm Dominican or whatever. I was like, I was like, my bad, man. I don't know how this stuff works. So I had a lot of learning to do. I still have a lot of learning to do. Yeah. So
I feel like I always was like, if I go back to Miami, I gotta know more Spanish because it's just heavily populated down there.
Well, a lot of Cubans there. So and then stereotypically, as I got older, it was that if you're on the East Coast, they're Puerto Ricans. On the West Coast, is Mexicans, and that was it. Nobody had all the time for
all the other distinguished guests in the Hispanic community.
And when I met my wife, and when I first met my wife, when I went over to talk to her, I thought she was black. I was just regular black, so-called regular black.
Regular black, right. So she's not mixed, she's just straight Panamanian?
Straight Panamanian. But Panama is itself, the whole world really is so-called mixed. I mean, but there's so many different shades and phases and categories and labels that people get. But so when she identified as a Panamanian and spoke Spanish, I was like, damn. I was like, wow, okay. Yeah. So, and Panama is a very African country. It's a very black country.
Big up DC Joe watching Patreon, one of our Patreon members. He said, watch Patreon. Jab was robbed.
Thank you, DC Joe Black. Yeah, yo. They did me dirty. Yeah, I mean, they did me dirty. And to watch the man that presided over that get appointed to the White House.
We need to get Crump on the case, man. He can get you some money.
Nah, I can't afford Crump. And there's no press conference at the end of this one. This is just I just got gaffled. They just rolled up like
Ain't enough TV time for this one. It's just straight up. You got.
I got. They snatched my chain and ran. You know what I mean? It's just an academic smash and grab. You know.
What you got going on this week?
Oh man. Well, we taped Saturdays with Renee last night. And it's a fire episode. It's a whole new challenge to the lesser of evil voting thing, and a nice historical analysis involved. So that's coming up. We got I'll be in Philly Saturday night for Mtume's Film Festival. I'm gonna swing through. I think I'm gonna try to swing through. There's some of the BAP stuff happening around here this weekend.
Okay.
And by the way, speaking of Patreon, also, it just dropped on the channel fully, but shout out to Renee for her part 3 of Kamala's Advisors video that now that was on Patreon, just dropped. So
big up to Renee.
Why not fight back against the injustice, Dr. Ball?
Ooh, he said be a revolutionary.
So first of all, Sayla, I'm assuming you saw the Patreon where I broke down the whole thing. Because in there is the explanation. I did try to fight it. That was the point. And they were like, and I did everything. I contacted everybody. So yeah, no. So Sayla, I appreciate it. I don't know what more I could actually do. I will say this in the context of there's more to what I talked about in that thing, and a lot more. I mean, 7-8 years more. But one of the things I did learn, I had a brief call with an attorney and she made it be brief. I wish I could have recorded because it was like a movie scene here, doctor. It was hilarious. Because I got her, I don't even remember how I got her number. I called her and she called me back and she said immediately, I said, hello. I said, I was like, how you doing? She was like, no. She was like, listen carefully because I can only say this once because I don't have time and you cannot afford me. And her point was, leave it alone. She said, I've been beefing with Morgan in this city for decades, she said. And they don't care. They don't care. The point is, even if you spend yourself into poverty and somehow win, they don't care. Because they're happy to pay whatever penalty or go through whatever. They don't care.
You should have got a lawyer like Kamau K. Franklin.
That's what I should have done. I should have called Kamau.
True indeed.
That should
Or
be the
me. I got lawyers
Kamau.
in my back pocket, man. Come on.
You got
But
lawyers
her point,
in your back pocket?
Yeah.
What lawyers you know?
you.
Oh.
Come on. You act like Mawuli, the whole Davis
Oh, that's
Bozeman
my
team.
bad. My bad.
Uh,
I thought they would like this child support.
hey,
one.
if they want to
Nah.
take on a case that doesn't have a lot of money, that's messed
Jared,
up.
you didn't hear that one? Yeah,
I heard it. I was trying to just talk over it. Let that man have his. I was like, man, why you messing with his
You dirty.
child support? That's dirty.
Don't forget about car accidents. Stop playing.
Yeah, car accidents. Yeah. No,
It's
this is
civil
not
rights,
this is
damn
not a
it.
fender bender. This is the whole thing. That was part of her point. There's no pot of gold at the end of this rainbow for you. And it would require somebody to spend a lot of time and a lot of money. They could be charging someone a whole bunch of money. And what would they get? I don't know what it would even.
Jared, as long as you know the truth, it's all good.
I don't
What
really
happened?
rock with
I know I'm
that.
late. What I missed? We had a car accident. There was a car accident. You trying to get money?
Oh, my
We brought
goodness.
up now. We still talking about the Patreon thing I did about my theft, the theft.
Okay.
DC Joe Black was encouraging others to check it out. So yeah, it's
How was your past hour, Kamau?
Oh, wasn't
last
that
30
bad?
minutes.
Got the kids to school. My daughter's now wearing my sweat, my things.
Your favorite
she likes
polo
to wear
shirt?
them. Yeah, she likes to wear them as cuffs. So every night I'm like, that's my favorite shirt. And she's got them. She's like, and
and
Go get
not
another
no
one.
more.
You got money.
it's like what? So, but
Yeah,
no,
that
it was
happens
good.
over here too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
In
it's
fact,
like
today-
draw.
Yeah, they just and then I'm not. Oh, it rotates, and I'm not always the one doing the laundry. So if someone else is doing the laundry, it's like they start picking. It's like they're at the thrift
How
shop.
you get got.
It's like finally,
Cotton pickers.
yeah. They steal each other's shit all the time. You think like and when they want something big, because I'm the only one that really can't share clothes. They're like, So today, in fact, it's 90s day. So my daughter is in one of my white t-shirts. She said, I just need a plain white t-shirt, a big plain white t-shirt, and baggy jeans.
They don't know 90s. That's 2000s.
I honestly don't remember.
No.
I've never been in
That's
style, so I don't know.
2000s was big
White
shirts.
tees?
Yeah, white tees and big baggy pants.
That was 2000s.
Like baggy
90s.
pants was around way before. Baggy pants.
Baggy
was-
pants has
baggy
been
pants.
around.
Baggy pants, more like sagging pants, not baggy pants. Sagging
No,
pants
we did
and
baggy.
camouflage.
No,
Yeah,
no.
because-
In the 90s,
Yeah,
the
true.
sag came later. We just
Yeah.
did baggy. Ours was just baggy,
Yeah.
but fully around the waist.
Yes.
This
yes.
whole thing-
The jaws wasn't showing really.
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
That's some
Nah,
new
nah.
shit. That's some
Yeah.
new shit.
And then
Yeah.
having tight jeans with your drawers still showing. That really don't
Yeah,
make no goddamn
that's all
sense.
new shit.
That's the one.
2000s, 2010s, yeah.
And that's how you know these kids are not fighting and they're not doing no crime, because you can't do nothing in them pants.
And the flip flops, B.
And
Every
you
time I
can't
see
do
some
nothing
dude
in
with
the-
flip flops, the first thing in my
Yes.
mind is like, how you gonna run in those?
Yeah.
Exactly. How you gonna run?
B, they come on the basketball court with them things. I'm like, nah, man. Nah.
To play?
you ain't, yeah. I'm like, nah,
Nah,
man. You ain't prepared to win today. Nah, that's why I kill him. Like, tie your laces up, kid. Shit,
That's the
eat your-
generational thing. The first thing come on my mind is like, yo, something go down. You can't run in those things. What's going
Quentin
on?
said I'd be surprised All right, quit. I guess. Yeah, all right. I feel like that's why everybody's shooting everybody because they
Yeah.
can't move in their
Nobody
pants.
can get out the
They're
way
like,
no more.
I can't get out of the way. I can't get away. I just
Can't
Oh,
fight.
and I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. So I'm just shooting. I'm just shooting. I don't have time for this. So
Accidental
put some
murder.
real pants on, put a belt on, and swing on somebody. It'd be a lot safer for everybody out here. Everybody.
I wore a lot of fatigues and camouflage in the 90s.
You did the fatigues?
Yeah, I was one of those.
I had that moment. You was a
I-
little Onyx. A little
Oh.
Onyx.
I was Das Effects out, had that whole look.
Oh, right, because you had the locks then. You weren't
Yeah,
bald
yeah.
yet.
Because
That's
I'm a
right, that's
little
right.
older than y'all. Y'all might not remember this. Do y'all remember the
You're not that much older.
Carriages.
two-tone jeans? Like one side was
Oh,
gray,
yeah,
the other side was
you talk
black
about
or
like the
blue.
Lees, the two-tone
Yeah.
Lees. They had pinstripe. They had the two-tone joints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Lees. Please, I had me a pair.
no,
Stop
no.
playing.
Now I
They
was
They was
in
hand
res-
downs too. They was
Oh
hand-me-downs.
wow.
Huh?
You
No,
have
I
Lees
didn't.
there?
Not two tones. I don't. But again, I've never been in style. I'm always late.
Oh, I wasn't
And-
either.
and-
yeah.
And
I
I
always
still
got
remember.
4 months right before they would go out of style. That's when I got a fresh batch.
Yeah,
It was like, Damn.
we're always like years behind. You get the 85s and 86.
Remember, I couldn't afford lacrosse, and then they brought out La Tigra, so I would get me La Tigra.
Yeah, I remember
Oh.
La Tigra.
So you was
Yeah.
at the swap meets and you was the clearance rack guy. Got you.
Safeway grocery store used to have my tennis shoes in a bin.
Wait a
Used to
minute.
have
No,
to-
you didn't buy your sneakers from a
Absolutely.
grocery store.
I had to fish through and find my size. My mother was like, "Go find your size."
Oh,
That's
you
cool.
couldn't have
yeah.
came to my school
Even
with that
I.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did.
Woo!
I got
You'd have got lit up.
I did for years, and it was like
I'd be
I
like,
don't-
Jared sneakers on aisle 5. Jared
There's
sneakers
one
on
thing
aisle
I
5.
had, it was my Pumas. I would dabble in some Filas. I wasn't big on Adidas, but I would have my Pumas be. I have my Pumas.
what can I
on.
say? That's why I was just an angry, lonely child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was
No
rough
canvas.
out there.
Pumas.
Yeah, see. My parents had a little money, so
Suede Pumas too. You got the little brush. You got to brush them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh nah, I didn't do none of
I
that.
came up in a 2-parent household, so it was a little different.
Yo.
I can't relate.
Yikes!
half a parent household. You know.
You had half a pair.
Yeah, y'all a little different. My bad. I can't.
I had like I don't know, like 85%. My mother
85%.
she did the best. She was doing the best she could, man. She was doing the best
Oh,
she could,
same.
but working them 2 jobs, you know what I mean? She was like, I need to come home, close the door, and eat my pretzels and watch Murder She Wrote. She was like, that was her thing. My pretzels and Murder She Wrote.
Once my mom lost her job as a nurse, like we went on welfare. We was on
Yeah.
public assistance, as they say, whatever. With the funny money was always exciting though, because you can go sell in the stores and get some real cash, and you had to like do a little bargaining, little swap meet
Right.
thing. It's like you got like $100 of funny money, and they give you $80 in cash back with it. Like $80 fucking dollars. Yo, I'm giving you $120. I'm giving you a whole like 3 booklets of this shit. But it's
Yeah.
like, you got to bargain your way up.
See, y'all making me feel guilty about having a 2-parent household.
Well,
You
especially
the one who
since
said
she's
it all
standing there.
proud and loud.
Yeah,
I am,
talking about
because-
there go his shoes on aisle 5. All that kind of, I mean, damn. That is
I feel
cool.
bad now.
Clean up,
Right, I
clean
feel
up on
bad
aisle
like
5 by Jared's sneakers.
Look, the
Yo.
pain is still real. 40
I was
years
even a little
later.
taken
and the
aback
pain-
by that. He had to go to the swap meet. To get
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I was like, we was poor, but damn.
Ear doctor pulling band-aids off, just ripping them
Yo.
off.
But you know the wild thing is I got hand-me-downs from my babysitters. Even though my parents have money, they still from the country. They still live that style, that lifestyle. So I don't know.
And I never had a sheepskin, but I had my leather bomber. Y'all had leather bombers? Leather bomber?
No, hell
Yeah,
no.
they leather bomber?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
had that leather
I had a
bomber.
pleather
They
bomber.
didn't sell those at the grocery store.
I had a pleather at the corner store.
I never had a name. The first name brand thing I ever had were the first Jordans that came out. My mother, I don't know how this worked out. It must have been honestly, I have no memory of this, but that was the first time I got a name brand, the first time I was, and the only time I was in that, on time lane with the hot newness. So what's that, 84, 83, somewhere around there, right?
Mm-hmm. I never did Jordans.
Me neither. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
No, never. I don't even think I wanted them. But I mean, because like the whole one, you had to stand online at first. It was just like when they came out and it was like such the shit where it was like I'm not standing in line for that. Again, just give me my Pumas and I'm out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wasn't even a big Nike dude. It was like all Pumas and Fila or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've never had Jordans.
I was Adidas. I was able to get the Run DMC hat because I went to church and I was like, yo, it's a church hat. So I got the Run DMC hat, had the Adidas with the Lees.
I did get a silk Adidas at one point, but this would have been later. This would have been after the Jordans. So this would,
Jared had the Adidas with 1D.
and again, only one. So I would have like one, you know what I mean? It's either you look like the first day of school, I might look fly. And then that's it. That was it. There's no follow-up.
I got a jacket.
Members only. I had a members only.
Yeah,
jacket.
members only played for a little while.
Yeah.
It had a little play in the hood. It had a little play for a little while in the hood. Little members only jacket. Not long, but it had a
not
moment.
long. Yeah,
it had a moment though. It had a moment.
Yeah, with the totes. You remember totes?
Yeah.
Vaguely, yeah.
They had the nice brim hat. Oh man, look at me started.
K-Swiss forever. I remember K-Swiss.
K-Swiss.
We wasn't rocking no K-Swiss.
Another moment.
New Balance.
We fuck with Sauconys too.
I don't know.
What's that shit they wear in Cali? What's those shoes?
Vans?
Yeah, you got to make that day count. You gotta get all the numbers. You got to get make all your friends in one day and hope they stick. Because day 2 was a massive drop off.
It's like, damn, that's that dude.
But you know what's funny though? What we was talking about? How now my kids separate. Come to different houses, and now y'all kids stay at the house and y'all got, it's no single parent thing.
But we're not joking you like that, though.
I'm just saying. Look how it's reversed now.
I started off with the child support joke. So
you did. Oh, you did. Yeah, you did.
I did start it.
Yeah, look how it's reversed now. See,
I never did cross colors. No cross colors. I
did cross colors. Carl Kanai. I did that, but I was a young adult when that happened. That was much later.
Jabot jeans. I had them joints.
I remember. And what's his name? Washington. His last name was Washington. From Baltimore. Stole my Jackie Robinson cross color shorts on his last day in the Navy. I remember him too because he was leaving, and it was my fault. I knew he was leaving. He was getting out of the Navy. We always had kind of a funky, and I left my locker open for 2 minutes, walked around the corner. He snatched them joints and was off the ship before I could catch up to him. So
and
somewhere
you knew right away that it was.
I knew exactly what it was. I went looking. I was like trying to, go, but he was quick and off the ship and out and somewhere in Baltimore. But I was like, that's. But he got I had those fly Jackie Robinson cross color shorts.
Yeah,
and he
90s,
got me.
90s. I was thugged out. I wasn't into no.
I do hold grudges. I remember all that shit. I don't remember nothing else, but everything you've said wrong to me gets everything.
Yo, Georgetown jackets. When I was in high school,
starter jackets.
Starter jackets. Absolutely.
Yeah, those was
Georgetown was big. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was good talk. That was like fuck all them other teams. Fuck North Carolina.
Yeah.
Even St. John's. I was in New York. Nobody cared about St. John's. It was all Georgetown.
Who said to me just recently that they thought Georgetown was an HBCU?
I did too. Like I didn't know. I didn't know no better. But I just thought it was an all-black school. Yeah. I had no idea.
Just like UNLV
basketball team.
Like UNLV, I thought was black. Because
every black person there was on the court.
That's all I saw.
Because you go to Georgetown, ain't nobody
Michigan,
else.
shit, you like, damn, look at all
Patrick
these
Ewing was extra black.
Oh, Hiram said that. It was Hiram.
Yeah.
Hiram
My man
said that. What's
Patrick,
up,
I mean,
Hiram?
it was like everybody. It was like, yo, Georgetown was the team. Georgetown.
Yep,
were.
Georgetown, UNLV. That was the time
Mm-hmm.
right there.
And I remember, man, I have like debaucherous reasons for one, because I remember the night that they beat Duke, there was a sister ship of ours went out to sea that day. And the standard thing used to be when one ship leaves, you go to the local bars and clubs that night and you find the women wearing the gear of that ship that just left, because they're letting you know my man is gone. Holla. And that night, I think I remember what ship it was, but they left and UNLV won, and so did I. It was championships all around. Champagne popping.
We won.
We won. Yeah, Jody, that's it.
The good
That's
old
it.
days.
Jody, that's it. But
Thank
that
y'all
was
for-
used to be some slick. They would wear, little ball cap, little insignia jacket. You'd be like, oh, word, 6, 7 months, he gonna be gone. Word. Word.
Let me hold you, coat.
Hey, I got you on one of them $2 drafts. I got you. One of them $3 rail drinks. That's how we used to get down. $2 draft and get crazy on some like 5-cent drafts, 10-cent rail drinks.
Word.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Was it
kept you
like on a
nice and
date or
drunk.
some shit, or like
No,
what's up?
all the local bars, they would have competition. So it would be like happy hour, and that would be their happy hour. So you get like 2-3 hours of 5-cent beers and 10-cent rail drinks. And it would you take $5 in your pocket and be out.
Damn.
Just be out.
Never heard of
So-
that shit.
Oh
No.
yeah, this Norfolk, man. You got it. Norfolk in the late 80s, early 90s. Oh yeah, this was
Yeah. The worst purchase I made was one of those in 2000. I got one of those shiny denim suits.
oh wow.
That was the style for like a year or two.
Hey,
Like,
Black Liberation Media is paying for those pictures. Anybody got them?
I couldn't wait to get it. I got it for my birthday too. And I went to the club. Boy, I was killing them because what? Shit was on shine. It was like a burgundy one too. It wasn't no regular like denim color.
Oh, we got it. Somebody got to have that. Got to have that photo somewhere. We're
How
paying
long did it
top
last? How
dollar.
long was the phenomenon?
That was a year. It wasn't. It didn't even last a season and shit. I wore that shit once. It was like, okay, I did it. Congratulations to me.
Terrible.
Oh, styles. Now hoodies.
Oh.
That's all we wear now. Hoodies and thermos, as you can see come out.
Well, now it's you find the shirt that fits and buy 5 of them.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
exactly.
at.
Now it's
I'm
Target.
not. Yeah,
or
exactly. I'm not
whatever,
playing
you know what I'm
around.
saying? I don't give a fuck now.
Yeah, my wife just bring me something. Just bring me something that you are okay with me wearing, and
Mhm.
and then get 5 of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Different colors, dark
Yeah,
colors.
yeah.
I
Solids.
go to sweatshop place and get all my hoodies all at once.
Yeah. I have time for all that. If it takes me more than 5 minutes to get dressed, I start getting upset.
Same thing. If it takes me more than 5 minutes to go shopping, I get upset.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's like
When I walk into the store, I pick up like 3 different pairs of shoes, and I'm like, it's like 5 minutes later. It's like, where's the Skechers or wherever it is? It's like, where that? Just boom, boom, boom.
But
Yeah.
see, y'all don't get fly like me, so I gotta
No.
get.
You
clothes.
still dressing to impress.
I mean, I do
Yeah, you
big
do that.
events. Yeah, I mean, y'all don't do events.
No.
Yeah, so I gotta
No.
get.
But I
get
stay
fly.
underdressed for them too. Like if I get invited somewhere, it's like, yeah, you know what it is. It's the one shirt, it's the one pants, it's the
You're
one
not
pair
in
of
front of
shoes.
thousands of people. When you in
True,
front of thousands
true.
of people, you gotta can't look like them.
Yeah.
They not.
I mean,
like
I did
that.
go through my young professional stage where I used to do the blazers all the time. So obviously not for hood, but just like blazer. And then blazer became part of it. Like that, you could wear your hoodie, your blazer, with your hoodie on on your blazer and stuff like that, or just like this. Anywhere I went, it was like some kind of some kind of blazer or whatever. So that was my professional
Yeah,
stage.
that's a good point.
Ear Doctor
Your doctor's still on the market.
That's
Mary
true,
Man, stop
that's
it.
true.
Man, the stress relief with marriage is incredible. It's just like I don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, you know, it's
You know.
it's cool. I'm enjoying for now.
You're on single life.
Yeah, because you know, like I just turned all the music off, the TV and everything last night, and it was just quiet. I ain't had to hear nothing. And I really enjoyed that.
Yes.
You know what I came
Yes.
home to? Yeah. No, when I came home,
I can
my
imagine.
daughter was mad at my mom. I mean, at my sister, at my wife. I called her everything, but my daughter was mad. They're like, she's yelling. My daughter's slamming doors. I made the most fucked up dad mistake or whatever like that. So these cosplay swords that look fake, and then I bought one for Halloween, and I'm like, yo, this is the real blade. This looks like. So it felt like, and it was sharp on certain. So I'm trying to hide that for my son, and he's like, I want my sword. So I'm dealing with that drama. Yeah. There was no quiet. There was no quiet until I closed the door. Yeah, there was no quiet.
Yeah, that's I feel all of that. You come home and walk into some madness, or you're home and it's quiet, and then they come in with the madness, and it's just a whole bunch of, they come in arguing.
Mm-hmm.
And when my wife, she and my oldest, they can't, like, if they go shopping, that's what causes, they come home beefing every single time. Every single time it's a fight. Every single time.
This is over here. This is similar. This is over here. Yeah. Like when
And I'm just in here trying to sit
quiet.
quietly, and it's like, nah. And then,
I don't get involved.
nah. Like they fight, like seriously. It's like a
Jared goes to his room.
yeah. But even then, like I don't, like our house is not that big. Like it's not that big. The walls are not that thick, so I can close the door. But it's not like I got to put the air canceling, the sound canceling headphones on, and you can still feel the room shake.
They be like that. I'm like, I'm podcasting.
All ended when it got threatened. The guy was like, because she tried to take her braids out. She's like, you trying to take those braids out right now because it's late?
Oh,
Like, I'm canceling everything.
oh no!
And she
Don't
get
do
in her room
that.
and slam the door and cry.
You see how he talked out his teeth? You know he got that one down.
No, well that's serious. I learned that too. I saw that too. You can't undo your hair right now. Are you out of your mind? What do you think you're doing? Yeah. What do you think, like, who do you think is gonna put it back together for the morning? Like, what do you think is happening? Like, it's a whole, like, put the panuelo, they call it panuelo. Put the panuelo on and go to bed. Be quiet.
Man, the panuelo. I got you.
And people don't, I'm telling you, man. And then my wife is all teeny tiny, thinking she's innocent. Nope.
I get that too. I get the drama of being like the bad guy, and it's like, do you know who the bad guy is?
No. So anyway, yeah.
My last flex is
Right. Black translation, bonnet. Yeah.
Right, pretty much. I was like, it sound better.
Well,
Like,
for men, it's a wave cap or whatever, the you know, all of that. But yeah,
But you know what's funny? My daughter had to get her hair done, and she wore a bonnet, and she was like, "Yeah, I could wear it out." I was like, "I don't know if you want to wear it out." She's like, "Well, Dad, what's the difference between guys with dreads wearing a stocking cap?" I was like,
True.
the difference is, what's her name is going to do a video about you if she sees you. What's her name? Monique.
"Oh,
That's the difference. She was on that for a minute, telling sisters, "Don't go out there. Come on, babies. Come on,
Yeah.
babies. Don't go out there with your bonnet looking
My
bad.
thing,
Making
I
us
just-
all look bad, baby."
I was just like, don't wear pajama bottoms to the store, and your bonnet. Just look. My whole thing is, my mom and pops always said, if you leave this house and you get in an accident, you need to look decent. You don't want to be.
Oh yeah, I never
looking crazy.
understood. That's the old school. Your drawers need to be clean because the guy.
Yeah. First of all, right.
Won't they be bloody? Like what the fuck?
I mean, unfortunately, if anybody's had to, go to the hospital, that's the last thing you worried about. Like, I'm not worried about what I look like. Fix me.
It's like, yo, no, don't touch me. My drawers ain't clean. No,
Right.
leave me alone. Let me just sit here.
Nah, that's part of the job. You'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. You
deal
went
with
to
the messy
medical
drawers.
school.
You went to medical school. That's what you wanted this life. Save me.
All that body juices. You want all
yeah,
all
you
those
wanted
body
that life.
juices. No matter what orphans they come out.
Yeah.
You good with all that. You good with all
Who
that.
cares when and where, what came out of what? Just fix it. Fix it.
But then
No,
it's
but I'm
also
with you. But they
you-
wear the pajama
Yeah.
bottoms to school like it's
What?
fashion. Yeah, this is
I've seen that too.
fashion.
Yeah.
Oh no. See, I was always I say this to my kids. You represent me when you leave this house. Point blank.
I haven't tried that one.
Oh, who messed up? I missed
Yeah.
it. See, I'm trying to elevate DC Joe Black.
I missed it too, and I'm
I
like,
missed
really?
it.
Yeah.
Did I say something like fill all these holes? Did I say that?
You might.
that was it.
You know, you
Or
good
body
with that.
juices? Body juice was
Ah, there we go.
Phrasing.
Rewind the tape.
Y'all, I'm trying to elevate. I'm trying to grow out of that.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's one of those, your old moments with the pajama pants, like wearing those out. I like when I see, I was like, it's like you can't be leaving your house. You shouldn't be leaving your house like that.
Mine is
Like,
the socks with the slant sandals or socks with slides. That's the
Yeah.
one. I'm like, ooh.
It almost feels like that's the official gear to wear to Walmart. I'm just like, okay, I guess this is what you wear to Walmart.
I don't go to Walmart. I'm on like a 30-year boycott of Walmart.
you're in a 30-year ball. I didn't even know
Something
what
like that.
Walmart was until I moved to the South, and now I'm there every day.
I never go to. I'm. That is one place I have steadfastly avoided for decades, man. I don't think I can't even remember the last time I was in one.
It's the
Are
one
they prevalent
department
out
store.
there, like in Baltimore?
Yeah,
DC
they're
area?
everywhere. They're
Yeah.
everywhere. And it was part of the gentrification push in DC and yeah, they
avoided Walmart for 30. I cannot.
yeah,
avoid
honestly, yeah,
Can't-
I can't remember the last time I honestly it's been a very, very, very long time. And it was just one of those early 90s or whatever Nation magazine articles that I used to read, and they did something on the Walton family, and I was like, oh nah, B, I'm good. And then when I started reading about the impact on local businesses, on international labor, it's a mess. So I was like, that's just been my one, and you can see the effectiveness of it as the effectiveness of my boycott.
You can't
But I had
avoid
seen-
Walmart when you like, especially down south. Like me traveling, those are only stores that's open that you can get stuff.
And there's like 3 Walmarts.
And Dollar Generals.
within-
That's about it.
There's
Dollar
3
General.
Walmarts within 20 blocks of me, where I'm at
I
now.
can believe
3 of
it.
them.
Yeah.
So
It's hard.
I have a harder
I
time
would've-
avoiding Starbucks, to be honest. That's the one I'm
See, I
trying to
don't fuck with
boycott.
Starbucks.
I do try to
easy for
avoid.
me.
It's not really for me. I have
$10
to,
anytime you go get a drink or something. That shit is crazy.
yeah.
but it's the
Because-
convenience, and they're
because-
everywhere. Yeah, I'm
Because
sorry.
of my
That's how we
Brooklyn-
at Walmart.
Well, because of my Brooklynness, I'm used to Bodega coffee, which is like
Oh, right.
carnation milk and sweet, and so Dunkin' Donuts, which I know is bad also,
But
like for other
See, I don't like Dunkin' Donuts coffee,
Me neither.
and
love it.
I like the dark roast from Starbucks. I actually like it.
I don't like the fancy
But-
coffee. I like them to mix
It's
it.
not fancy. It's just the dark roast. It's just
It's
straight dark.
fancy.
It's,
Oh,
it's
it
not
was-
fancy. Is that fancy? That's
All of it. Starbucks and I like. I was like, I get all.
I used to
I
like
know,
gas
Kwame.
station
This is what I'm
coffee.
saying. I'm
Like gas station
saying
coffee?
I'm not there all the time. I know it's boycott, divest. I'm saying. I'm saying.
I started
will
dating a
do
girl
this,
that drank
though.
coffee, and I started drinking coffee again. But yeah, gas station coffee was all right for me, and then I started making it my own, and I was like, oh shit, it's much better.
One of my
I'm
few
the
successful
coastal
boycotts.
elite with Camus. no, Ross is with Camus. I'm the coastal elite. My
Exactly.
bad.
One of
My
my
bad.
few successful boycotts, and some say it was a good boycott both for me and whatever I believed in, was the Gap. I used to be a big Gap shopper, and then when I heard that they
Really?
were in South Africa, I was like, I
Mm.
boycotted the Gap.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't even think about.
I know Bill Stewart didn't go in.
It's like I don't shop at Gap. What the fuck
I
I'm gonna
admit
get
it.
at
I'm
Gap?
like, it was a preppy
No, and-
stage. Lasers, preppy. Yeah.
And for a
Oh,
bulk of
you
my
one of them
my
niggas.
30s, I couldn't even shop at the Gap. They didn't have anything big enough for me. I was in Big and Tall, the Big and Tall stores
Oh,
for
you in the
most
big
of my
and tall
30s.
departments. Oh,
Yeah, man. when you over like a 44 waist, you can't go to the Gap. You can't find nothing at the at those stores.
Waist, my man.
At the time, man, I was
Oof,
and I think it was even bigger than that.
that's a lot of waste.
It's a lot of waste. It's a lot of waste. I see some of these old videos, and I'm like,
sit down and
good
put
Lord.
his pants
Now you talking crazy.
on. Be on the bed.
Now you talking
You gotta
crazy.
lean back. You gotta lean back. You gotta do one of those, and you lay back on your back and throw your legs up in the air. Like you do it, but you gotta do it swing motion because you can't last too long.
Pull the waist down like this.
I don't appreciate the fat shaming. It was not necessary. That was never necessary. But shame on the both of you little skinny motherfuckers. Yeah. With your properly functioning metabolisms. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what you say.
Now look at Jared, veganed out, all slim.
I know.
Nah,
Nah, I'm
Looking
still a
good,
little
bro.
man.
Look
It's
good.
still a struggle,
I mean, looking
man.
good.
Nah, man, it's a struggle, man. If you quietly, even if you look at the videos since we started this platform, you
feel like you're putting it back on?
Oh, it's not. I feel like it. I know it. I stay on the scale, so I know exactly what my situation is. I have to, because if I
Last
turn,
time I
if
saw
I,
you, you was looking fit.
Yeah.
it's fit relative to when I was having to lay back to put my pants on and all that you was yapping 5 seconds ago. But I had hit a nice peak around 2018. And I was liking that, but it's just very difficult to maintain, man. I got,
Damn, I still wear stuff I could wear at college. Shit is crazy. I ain't gained nothing. I'm like
so
170.
see that's you the type right there. That's trolling and hostile. My wife does the same thing. You little people, I don't.
Oh, now we little people.
Built-in little people. When you have it built in like that, you get a little arrogant. I can still wear what I wore back. Maybe want to turn the tables over. That's how my wife will test me at the table.
Jared in the marketplace.
Yeah, I put on what I was wearing back in Husha What's Up. And I don't mean little people like little people. I mean little people like the tiny people that
boy,
don't
these
have to
sensitive
worry about it.
motherfuckers in this chat room, boy. I tell you.
I'm just checking. I'm just saying.
God, are you serious? We can't say munchkins. We can't say dwarfs.
Oh,
we can't
well,
say.
now, come on,
you have
now,
to go
These
there.
are words that's been
that's
used.
why-
It's in
no,
the dictionary.
That's why
It's
ear
in the
doctors.
dictionary.
That's why.
These are words that's in the dictionary. Now we can't use what Webster gave
See,
us.
We was here for a second, and now I gotta
See,
now
that's what I don't get,
Nah,
man.
because words, people, things change, things evolve. I'm not mad at that. I just wanted to clarify that I'm not talking about little people per se. I'm talking about you teeny tiny motherfuckers that don't have to worry about nothing. Don't have to do shit either.
Yeah, but they're skinny and they were skinny. I was skinny. Like I think I graduated high school. I was like about $110. So
Wow.
I couldn't
Damn.
put any weight. I couldn't put any weight
You
on.
was-
Yeah, I couldn't put any weight on. No weight. I could.
That's
not.
ridiculous.
You would have got bullied.
Yeah. Well,
You ain't get
like
bullied?
You know, no,
Oh,
like that.
Okay.
But I was a skinny dude. Yeah.
I'd have walked up and say, "What we eating for lunch, Kamal?"
Really, really.
What was your $125 frame? Your $125 frame?
Yeah, I was about 130, my dad. So.
You grew lots just to put some weight on you.
Oh.
That's what that was. He was like, I'm 15 pounds of hair.
Yeah. But I was a football player. I was in the gym working out, lifting weights. I was all right. I was
In college or high school?
high school. Yeah. I was on a football team, son. I don't know if y'all know. I was out there.
You and
Senior
Geechee.
year playing
You're like, when I
football.
hear Geechee say that shit too, I was like, you and Geechee be talking about your football careers. I'd be like,
We
they
like
both weigh like $105. I was like, what
That's why they're
football
both on Black Liberation Media.
her
Ain't
career did not
ain't
go the
nobody
right
doing,
way.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody doing, game commentary after a long Hall of Fame career around here. They're right here with us, Kamal.
I'm like Al Bundy. I'm still
No.
talking about Polk High over here. You know what I mean? It was the good old days.
The good old days, yeah. I mean,
All right.
you know,
Well,
I remember the good times, like when I was doing Mama's Biscuits.
oh, they be on you. I seen it in the comments.
know,
They
that's
said
why I bring
somebody
it
brought
up.
up Mama's pancakes again.
Hate on haters.
Hey, you know, what's one of your proudest moments there, Kamal? I know his is Mama's Biscuits. Mine was Pizza Place.
You mean like my proudest moment?
Oh,
Of,
well, I
like,
guess yours when you was a lawyer, practicing lawyer or something. What?
I don't know. I don't understand the like when I was younger, like my proudest accomplishments. what I
Yeah, what are your
remember.
proud accomplishments?
No, I don't know. I just being an organizer. I guess.
Mama scones.
I don't know if I have like that thing. Like you got that thing that defines a certain part of your past, but it was just like straight organizing.
Hosting a
Okay.
remix show. He's peaking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
the organizer I'm doing now, I'm peaking right now.
There you go. There
Yeah,
you
you
go.
know what I'm saying?
Do you get recognized when you go out? Like people recognize you?
Every now and then.
Okay.
It's weird, like it ain't like every 10 people, but I will get, particularly during the height of the Cop City stuff. It's like the Cop City stuff and this stuff where people will do the whole like come by and go like, yeah, I like the work you do kind of thing, you know.
Mm.
And mostly it's not, haters haven't approached, but I think there was a time period when I again, it was the height of the Cop City thing. I could tell when somebody kind of knew who you were and whether they liked you or not. So yeah, but it's died down. I'm not doing it as much or whatever, so it's died down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I need
I
to be able
guess
to go to the store. I can't be harassed going to the grocery store, so I need to stay.
You know?
yeah, I love it. All right. Well,
All
I guess it's time to take a break. I guess.
Okay.
Get
That was
some-
a quick
We got a bunch of stories. Erica
Yeah.
did hook
Let's
us
do it.
up.
Go
you
ahead
know.
and keep talking for a minute, and let me get my break ready.
You gotta get your break
Oh
ready.
wow.
I mean, shit, I'm on the screen.
The jokes, the mama's croutons, the
croutons,
mother's
Mama's-
sandwiches. That's just the same. Mama's bagels. It's just terrible.
Well, I do wish I had it. Yeah, the band thing sounds like it was fun, my man.
It
So-
really was, though. To be perfectly honest, it was some of the most fun I've ever had, and I knew it at the time, and that was always a little bit of a stress because at the time I was like, we gotta push it because I was like, I know we only got like a couple years here before we all graduate and leave, and I knew this wasn't going to be anything more than that. So I was like, but yeah, it was a whole lot of fun.
Is that how it broke up, or it's basically because everybody?
Yeah, I
graduated?
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, and to be perfectly honest, we were all in different social circles. I mean, you had the black band and then the white band, and there was not a lot of overlap socially. Like I remember we brought a go-go band to the campus, and then we invited the white members of our band to be there so they could better understand what we were trying to bring into this band. And they admitted later how uncomfortable they felt. They were like, we're not used to being in these all black spaces. Even on a college campus, like they like even
Damn.
there was like, because they were like the only white people in the room for this campus event, and they felt it.
That's
And
wild.
so yeah, but yeah, we knew like people are graduating, people are going all over wherever. We're not,
The
we had
first
no
white folks I
illusions.
met, Anglos in particular, like became friends with was college. Not like not the poor Spaniards who from Colombia and shit who went to some of my high school, but the Anglo whites, like
The
the first
actual
time I
white.
met, the actual whites. The first whites I met was like college,
Mm.
like in terms of neighborhood or hanging out or all that kind of stuff. I was usually like one of the lightest, if not the lightest one in the crew, whatever.
In the
So,
crew, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I never hung around white people like that. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a quick break.
Except when I do their bar mitzvahs.
There it is. I'm in and
Holla
out.
Their
at me.
weddings were except when they pay me now.
There you go.
Now I love to hang around white people.
I love it. They give tips and everything at the end of the night.
They all together collectively wait for that
Oh,
part of the song.
they
where can say
understand
nigga.
service
Like,
and they got extra money. So I mean, it's eye opening. All right, let's go ahead and get to a quick break. Right here on No Other Than the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. All right, let's do a remix on a remix right here on the Remix Morning Show. Like, subscribe, go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare. You know what I'm saying?
Nostradamus, Skymalit, knowing I rep, flowing I'm set. I got the chips to make a lotus my whip. Gold on my neck was once a code of respect for high rollers and vets. Now it's loads of baguettes, prefer Mac 10 over a 10. No matter sober or wet, I smack soldier cadets, trees and might have jacked my height back. Famous phrase, nigga like that. Hoes you ask you where your ice at done. It's all about playboys. When we was young, could only get tongue. Then finally we could get bustin' in hoes, guzzling pillows, crack blitz, 86, you turn hustling pro. For bottles to 7 in your hand, to fake Pepsis, to get to the crack, unscrew the can, clean blunted, same 100 sacks, a boy with a lean on it. We got it if the fiends want it. The whole block singing the same theme, dawn it, fun it. Any crabs in a bucket. If it's iceberg, I'm gon' truck it. You gotta love, you gotta love. You
What's up, Brento? No, you know, girl, just let me know.
Okay. Let me take you to a time and place. Let me take you not too far back to 2002 when we heard Nas on his album The Lost Tapes. The name of that song is Gotta Love, You Gotta Love It. Mixed with a little bit of 2007 Boscom X off one of his albums, Strictly The Best Volume 1. The name of this song is Lonely Girl. And that album actually came out in 2012. The song came out in 2007. All right, with that said, let's get back to it right here on the Remix Morning Show.
It's with you, oh girl, you know the deal. You know I'm for real.
Yeah.
I'm being yelled at. Sorry.
Oh, you look like you talking to the ancestors.
Now I'm talking to my wife.
Yeah, that's what it looked like he was talking about. I saw that.
I'm waiting for somebody fly over and hit me or something like that. I'm just getting instructions about when I'm allowed to talk.
Is she talking through her teeth at you right now?
Yeah, she did a little teeth talk. A little smiley thing, but she let me know how serious she was about it. And then she's blowing me a kiss as she leaves.
Didn't I say?
I was like, I didn't do that. I don't think I did that. My bad. Okay, I'll make sure that don't happen like that. Right.
Oh my goodness. Man. All right. Well, that is your remix on the remix. I'll let y'all get to some news and stuff like that. If y'all need me, you know where I'll be.
Well, let's slap the map,
Yeah,
and
slap
then
the map.
let's get to this run sheet. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Remix Morning Show. Black Liberation Media, Kamal Franklin, Jared Ball, Ear Doctor in the cut, Sister Erica on the run sheet, remixers in the building. Like, share, subscribe, support the Patreon, put this in your socials, tag Black Liberation Media so we know that you are out there pushing us through the algorithmic spaces.
True.
So, Kamal, anything you got on that you
I don't
wanted
got anything on deck. So if you got something from the run sheet, you want
I'll
to
just
that?
one thing that on the run sheet that I know caught my attention was that I'm interested to see what is actually being said here. Black media and are calling out the Harris Waltz campaign. Woke up to messages from local Black-owned media. So from Lori Daniel Favors Esquire. Woke up to messages. Oh, you do? Okay, cool. Woke up to messages from local Black-owned media about their quandary over whether to accept GOP ad dollars. The DNC Dems have apparently so ignored Black-owned facing media that their only ad offers this cycle come from the GOP, paging Karen Hunter and Roland Martin. It's a mess.
Really? Is that true? I feel like
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I feel like every advertisement I see is from from the Dems on various media outlets talking about, with the pictures of like the Black family, how we've done better, support Kamala. So I'm surprised. I'm like, they're not giving them no money.
Is your audio going out, or is that on my end?
I think that's on your end. I feel like, unless I put it closer or whatever like that. I think
it's on my end. Hold on a second.
That's your
my
end.
bad. I don't know what's going on. I don't hear you. Hold
I
on.
know Roland Martin complains about it all the time. But I part of it, I think, is the hustle of like, hey, Dems, we want more money out of you. We want more commercials out of you or whatever. So is it any better for you?
No, for some reason it's hold on a second. For some reason, I don't understand what's going on here. For some reason, my audio settings just changed and started broadcasting somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
We can hear you fine, right?
You want to reset?
Yeah, now I hear you. No, I hear you fine.
Okay. I press some button, right?
All right, this is live.
That's really weird. I know.
Oh no, I'm just letting people know that this is how we do on the Remix Morning Show. This is live. Shit happens.
He just left the seat. He just left his chair.
Yeah, so
because it started broadcasting out of my television again.
That is the best way. That's the best thing about Jared. He does live. I love he is like anything that happens. It's not like he tries to cover it up or not.
Nah, man.
Show. Yeah, he's just like let it flow. Let it flow. It's like what? I can't hear you right
just
now.
spinning around and it'll come back.
My bad.
No. But I just said real quickly that I just think it's part of the game because that they're always just asking for more. And again, I have no idea. I'm sure they do, but the ad dollars breakdown is because they'll see where Black folks are spending their time, which is part like and some of the Black money, what I guess what these folks think of the Black media money is probably going to some of these podcasters and their crypto thing because they think that's where all the Black audience is.
I think this is just it's a problem that I first learned about during Obama's first run. And I've mentioned it before, the late great Ron Walters, one of the last stories he wrote was about how the Obama campaign was not doing the traditional sprinkling of ad money during the election cycle that Black media rely on. So I should, and I would like to get more into those numbers to see the influx and drop, but this is a major problem. So I'm not surprised, and it's come up a couple times to see, and Roland Martin has done whole segments about both the corporate world and then campaigns not paying the Black media space for access to them, and with the assumption that they're just going to vote for them. But what I think is most interesting about that tweet, see, when I read it though, and it says calling Karen Hunter and Roland Martin, it should be to particularly politically educated or media literate audiences. That should be the cue to remind you that the media that you're getting is itself an advertisement for this country, for the state, for business as usual. So when Karen Hunter or Roland Martin or any other commercial Black outlet is saying, "Where's our money?" we should be hearing that as, look, we do your job. We tell people what you want them to know and how you want them to know it. Why aren't you, advertising your sodas and your cars and your presidents with us? And as audiences, we should be like, hold up now, because then these same people want to come around and tell us what our politics should be, how our economic analysis should be, all of this. And at the end of the day, they're doing what they need to do to get that money. So, but yeah, it's so I guess I'm not surprised that Harris and Walz will be like, yeah, we already got them. Who else are they going to vote for?
I remember the first time I realized that the actual programs were the commercials. So in other words, that the programs that you see are really just fillers. So to put the commercials on was like when I was an undergrad and I took marketing classes, and I think reading some of that material or literature was the first. It's like, oh no, like they don't, like, this ain't built for them to show me these shows. This is built for them to show me these commercials, and that's the filler to get me to sit there and then to go watch a stream of commercials to go buy stuff, because otherwise, how is they're making their money? And that's why the system loves the political years or the election years, because again, for the most part, they get flooded with extra money. A lot of these stations do make a boatload of tons of money during this cycle, because all these election money is thrown into the mix. And so I think I think you're totally right. They're like, look, ain't that what we here for? Or like, where is our cut for all the work that we've been doing to get the, particularly for the Dems, like, for black so-called liberal media, like telling y'all to vote for Harris and all the rest of it. Where's our money?
Like I've had to be this week in emails with a particular HBCU that will for now go unnamed. I did the service. Where's the check? I already did what you wanted. Where's the check?
Mhm.
But you said it exactly right. And when and especially if you go back and look at the history of soap operas, or in Latin America, telenovelas, they're literally only created so that you're watching, so they can sell you an ad, and even more importantly, sell you an ideology about how you are supposed to be a good citizen. What kind of
Mhm.
man or woman or person should you be? All of that is packed into these things. But yeah, they're only the show is not so that you're watching and then you get an ad. No, the
Mhm.
show is because the ads need you. That's it. It's ads.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they would just put ads on TV. If they knew you'd watch anyway, they would just put ads
Exactly. It
on
was just,
TV.
and for a
Like,
while they did I mean, they probably
yeah.
still do this with those those channels where they just sell you merchandise. I mean, they got us that brainwashed, where
Like,
like,
was it QVC and all that
yeah,
kind of stuff?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's all product. It's all every second is like product, and talking about product, because they got us that honed in, where people are like, well, fuck that. I don't need that shit. I just need, where's the product at? Don't care what the product is. Don't care what the product looks like. Again, we're just laced with the ideas like, oh, we got to, in order to fulfill ourselves, like it's like the ideological positioning of what makes us human, what makes us real, what makes us feel good about ourselves is basically, what we adorn ourselves with, whether or not that's or what we surround ourselves with, also like clothes, houses, whatever. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter what debt we go into. I look a certain way, and that makes me feel a certain way. And so therefore I am valuable, and look at me participate. Look at me express myself. I love it when people think they're expressing themselves in some alternative way. They think
Yeah.
that, and I was like, that was sold to you too. Like that.
Because because you put a theme on your browser.
Yeah.
I'm an individual. I got my sports related theme, so I'm
Yeah. I was like, I'm different.
expressing my independence. Yeah, like to
My
say that,
individuality.
look, this has been traumatic for me on a different level, because 20 years ago, there's this great documentary I used to show all the time called The Merchants of Cool. And they were talking at the time about the rise of the VH1 MTV universe and its impact on teens and Spring Break and all this other stuff. And they said advertisers wanted to reduce teenagers, just regardless of race. If boys, they wanted to be reduced to the mook, which was just that, partying, sports, tough, I'm hanging out, drinking beers, bro, and then the midriff for girls, with specifically the whole point of, we want your belly out. And here we are 20 years later, and my daughters, we have this argument all the time. They're like, I'm expressing my independence. I'm like, you're expressing your individuality by literally wearing the same shit everybody else is wearing, that advertisers said they wanted you to wear before you were even born.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't even born. And I'm even here teaching you this, and I can't even stop it
Break through.
from
Yeah, you can't
happening.
break through. You can't break through. It's
But they're
so much.
in their independence. And everybody, if you go to the school now, it could be 30 degrees outside, and they put on a jacket, and then underneath it is a midriff cutoff shirt. And I'm like, how the hell, what? And then all of them, and no disrespect, but regardless of body type, it's all wearing the same thing. Everybody's afuera. Everything is outside. Everything is out. And it's like, wow, but we're all independent and doing our own thing. I'm like, all right, okay.
I
Well,
was just telling somebody about Like, there's in Japan, like, it used to be like, folks get
The
married. No
Stanley
one.
Cup joint. Does this hit your house yet? My bad, come out. I didn't mean
Oh,
to
no,
cut
no,
you
no.
off.
Go ahead. Real fast. Go ahead.
The cups, the drink cups for that usually young girls or women want. It's like a special, it's like it's just a water cup with a straw in it. And it like everybody's gotta
And that
have
was a
one.
must-have. But that
Yeah,
was a
gotta
must-have.
have it, gotta have
Yeah.
it. And it's gotta need a Stanley Cup. And I was like, you mean the hockey trophy? Dad, what you talking about? Your dad
When I
joke.
hear it, that's what I thought about.
That's what I thought.
Is it like a big cup or something? It's like
It's like
supersized?
it's the same. It's like one of these. It's just a cup with the plastic straw built. I don't know. Maybe they claim it's made of some special metal or whatever. It's nonsense.
I was
My
gonna say.
bad,
So I
I didn't mean to
remember
cut
the
you off. Yeah, sorry.
No. So like Japan, like to get married, there was never a need to present an engagement ring or a diamond in particular. And then it was the time period where the diamond industry, De Beers and they wanted to get into new markets, and they started flooding Japanese TV ads and culture with the idea that if you're going to propose, you need to propose with a diamond, and that was the standard. And if you didn't do that, that you were a bum, or you were not treating her right, or you really didn't love her, you weren't honoring her worth. And then it used to be nearly 0% of the Japanese folks, when they got married, in terms of the culture, thought about buying diamonds. And then like, it was some weird thing like 5-10 years later, after the commercial blitz, the advertising blitz, then it was all the way up to 80 to 90% of folks, when they proposed, believed now that the only way to properly propose was to do so with a diamond. And so that's a very strong act of the media. Like, it completely flips
Oh, totally.
your culture. Yeah.
I mean, I think the same thing here. I don't even think in this country it was always a given that you had to do the ring. It was the Marilyn Monroe, diamonds are a girl's best friend and all of that stuff. They did all of that on purpose. And yeah, a lot of, and then what I often like to, particularly in my classes, bring up is that this goes beyond marketing a product. They do the same thing with our ideology, with our politics, our worldview, our identities, our national identities. All of these things are constructs that are promoted in that way. So
the range of thought that we believe is being political or being liberal.
no doubt.
Right? The
No
whole
doubt.
idea that Kamala Harris is liberal, or is progressive, or has done something for Black people. All of that is like, and if we don't vote for her, we'll get something worse, which is Trump. So the whole idea of like, that's what's built in, and that's the best choice that we can make, and to make any other choice makes us crazy, is a built-in construct that gives you the limits of what's available within the political system. Huge infighting within that range to make you think you're really deciding something, or you're really participating, get you emotional about it. But as the outcome comes out, the actual outcome of it is policies that are practically identical, right? So people are fighting. Some people are fighting within these small spaces for their candidate sports team of choice, and then afterwards, it's that's over. We can go back to whatever. But they really feel like they participated. They really feel like they've just done something. I got, I threw something up on social media. Somebody had something, and I just redid it. And some of the comments was like, "Oh, you're going after the Black woman." It's like, that's what you got out of that. That's what you got out of that. Saying don't commit to our highest dream shouldn't be to get a Black woman in so that she could commit genocide. Like, we should be beyond that or whatever. But it's like, so you missed everything else there about the genocide and everything, because we're locked into these schemes about what it is to move forward or whatever.
So I like to flip it though. So is there any Black woman you wouldn't vote for? Like, is there any Black woman on the planet that these people would not vote for? Like, is there anything a Black woman or man could do that would make you finally say, all right, you know what, I'm finally not gonna, or is it literally any single Black person, especially if they throw them up against Trump? And then it's defend the race, which is just bizarre. But it's not bizarre in the context of understanding how all of these messages get developed. But but this is what we get.
But it's not. It shouldn't be a shocker.
Right.
It's still surprising, because you just feel like again, one of the great things around how the propaganda system works here is that for the most part, information is out there, right? Like you can find alternative information, but what they do is they smother you with so much other stuff that your ability to find it is like the quote unquote needle in the haystack. Like so in the United States, because we don't have an overtly let's say fascist or dictatorial state where they're hiding information, propaganda, like in other states, it's less about what you think and more about overtly, again, I'm just going to hit you over your head if you say the wrong thing. I'm just going to come lock you up if you say the wrong thing. For certain populations, I normally exclude the Black population out of this analysis because we get treated like folks get treated in more overtly dictatorial societies, like dictator-led societies or military-led societies, where if here you're controlled first by propaganda, and if the propaganda don't work, then of course the violence will be used against you. But the first choice is just to use the propaganda system because it works so efficiently and so effectively that they don't have to present themselves as an overt police state to a majority of the population. It's like, oh no, you can do or say whatever you want until they start clamping down on it, right? And at first they'll take away as has happened with us, limiting your access, limiting your reach, making sure you're like huddled into a small corner. And people have to really search to find you, as opposed to it's out there in the public. And every now and then something does reach, of course. But because the overwhelming sort of awashness of the propaganda system that keeps us locked into a certain way of thinking, that you got to be touched like 7, 10, 15, 20 times to really even understand what you're battling against.
And again, the surface level approach is they base it on advertising. So they can say, this isn't political suppression. This is just our advertisers don't prefer your stuff. And that's it. And real quick. So yeah, Nina Turner, I'm sure, is great. She does have a killer mic, buying power blind spot that she and I briefly discussed at one point. So you maybe want to, if you ever bend her ear, let her know, check in on that. And I think I would be interested to see if how well Candace Owens would do if she was not put up against a Democratic Black candidate. So like if the Democrats run a white man and the Republicans run Candace, which I could see happening one day, how many of these folks would be telling you, Kamau, how dare you be so critical of Candace?
Or if she kind of flipped her politics just a little and became more moderate. And then it would be like, can't the sister change? And
you know what she's doing? You know what? She popped up in my atheist debate spaces. Speaking of change, she's sponsoring someone to go on what they're calling the final experiment to prove that the earth is flat or round. Someone, seriously, a big time, apparently a somewhat well-funded pastor said, I'm going to sponsor this event and we're going to have the top flat earthers and I'm going to pay for 2 flat earthers and 2, I don't know, round earthers. And we're going to go to I think, is it the South Pole or the North Pole? They're going to one of the poles where there's supposed to be a 24-hour day, and where the claim is that there will be a 24-hour. I forgot which is which, but they're going to observe, and then this is going to be the final experiment. And Candace is sending her. It does sound like some Nazi shit, but Candace apparently is sending her director. So, and he's gonna capture this for her and her audience and bring back to her conservative audience the definitive proof as to whether or not the earth is round or flat.
Wait, I'm lost though. How does this prove anything?
Because the basic argument is that and I honestly can't, I should know this, but the flat earthers have said if they've always said we can't go to the South Pole because the government has put up this ice wall and you can't actually see whatever. So this guy's but if we could go, we could show that the sun
end.
either does set or never sets. And because it whatever the claim is with real science is that at the poles at certain times the sun either does or does not set for 24 hours. And I'm embarrassed that I don't remember which is which, or I don't know which is which. But so the flat earthers have been saying for years, if we could get there, we would, we'll prove to our people that the earth is flat. So this dude said, I'll pay for you. And there've been a whole bunch of, people backing out saying, no, this is fake. I'm not going to take even if I'm being paid, if my way is being paid, I'm not going to go because the guy is still fake. Like the flat earthers don't want to do it. But because their whole career is based on selling this hustle to their audiences that the earth is flat. But apparently it's going to happen, and there's going to be at least one flat earther and his colleague are going to be there. Candace is sending her director on her own dime, and then there's going to be at least one, I guess regular scientist round earther, and they're all going to go and they're going to videotape this and prove once and for all what really science has proven quite a long time ago, but still needs one more go round for these folks.
Some people need to still.
So
I was gonna say, like, I know we're about to take a break or whatever, but I like Nina Turner. So she's interesting to me because I do think that she's moved politically. But I remember, I think she's gone from liberal to progressive to semi left on some issues or whatever. But I remember, and Hiram in the chat will remember this, that we were on a call, and she was one of the speakers on the call. And the other speaker was from Worker Families Party, and they were laying out the war in the Ukraine and Russia. And the speaker from the Worker Families Party was basically talking about, how Putin, interferes in American elections and is a dictator and is the cause of the start of the Ukraine war. He laid out accepted neoliberal talking points on who is Vladimir Putin and how he's interfered with American elections and so forth and so on. And her first reaction was, he just gave a master class on Blair. And it was truly, even from the standpoint of a master class of shit I don't believe in, it was so far less than anything masterfully that was done or said. It was just a list of talking points. Where I'm in the chat burning rubber because I'm so fucking outraged. I'm on this shit that they have these people on with me. And at some point they were going to invite me on to be a part of it. But luckily they invited Hiram instead. And Hiram basically tore a new asshole into what was being discussed or whatever, to the point that they had to heal. Yes, I know. I was trying to be delicate. Because of the black, I know exactly what it was and who was on. I was trying to protect you and your peoples. You know what I'm saying? For them putting on these people in the first place. But we just gonna go all So
there's some good brothers, but they had me on a call with a couple.
I really
like
them.
Too.
Yeah,
I like them too. But they put me in a spot once that I was like,
But they like to dabble. They still like to dabble. They got one
dabble.
foot in the, because again, I feel like that's where the money is. They got one foot into that voting shit. Maurice Mitchell. I was trying to be nice and delicate and shit like that. Yeah. So Maurice Mitchell was like saying some yin yang about like the whole Russia gate and all that kind of stuff, and she complimented him and was just like, who is this person or whatever. So I said that to say that I think she's moved a little bit, but this is part of the problem, is that we have these politicians who don't have a complete analysis or coherent analysis around empire, and they don't have a complete analysis on capitalism and white supremacy. And then they pick, again, as the neoliberal do, they pick out certain things which still allow them to suggest that we can either fix the system and or by voting for me, somehow I can get in and do whatever. And even with her, what I would consider her limited perspective at the time, when she ran and was in the lead as a Democratic as an open seat, I think, for a Democratic place, they put up a candidate, the Democrats did, who was to her right, poured money in, and the party supported her and dusted her off. Now, does
Wait,
she
the Greens didn't do that, Kamau?
Not the
The
Greens,
PSL didn't?
not PSL, not even the Republicans.
Wow.
The Democrats busted her up and cost her the election. And so, as we spoke about a few days ago, but do any of these people truly leave the Democratic Party, or do they still think they can fix it? Right?
Now, you said it right the other day. You was on point with that. They should leave and join these other parties, the Greens in particular. But yeah. But speaking of limited perspectives and analysis, he's like, I'm not even doing. He's like, I'm boycotting you.
Boycotting.
Oh, no.
And he was on the phone.
I just got a text. I had to. So is Michelle Obama too dark skinned to possibly be president? Like, I don't think that they're past a certain complexion of skin.
No, I think Michelle had it. Out of anybody, so it's weird. Like, when Stacey Abrams was a possible choice for vice president over Kamala, I think one of the reasons they didn't choose Stacey Abrams is because phenotype, she was too black.
Yeah.
I do think that. It wasn't like politics. I do think they were like, no, we want to go with this light-skinned woman. Because out of the two, Stacey Abrams brought more of a constituency. Stacey Abrams would bring black women to, like, whether I like it or not, like, that kind of like.
But they don't want black women. They want the 200 Republicans that Kamala got.
So, but I think that the way in which people show up for Michelle Obama, that if she was interested in it, she could probably, if she couldn't win, she would pull off a close race. Yeah. Because she, her biography or her autobiography was the best selling autobiography ever. I read 3 pages of that and I was throwing up in my mouth. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I'm surprised you made it that far. That's I'm sure it's got.
Wait a minute, how can you throw up about a person's life story? I mean,
because again, like talking to our earlier discussion, it was propaganda.
Yeah,
it was done in a way to reestablish neoliberal, some bootstrap politics, neoliberal politics. It was nothing outside of the box. And again, I think she and Obama, again, well-read. She used to be politicized. She wrote they try to hide it now, right? Her dissertation in college or whatever, because she wrote some really more left critique or militant critique.
They read Lani Guinier her.
Yeah. So it's kind of hidden away where you can't find it or put it out there in public no more or whatever. But it was just a brought off, Oprah sounding. It's like, it was like a book written by Oprah, one of Oprah's people or whatever like that Oprah puts her name on. So it's like one of those kind of like spectacles. But I do think that she has, and again, I don't think she's charismatic necessarily. I don't think she's like a hugely great public speaker. But I just think a character has been built up around her.
She got the people.
That she definitely has, whatever they're trying to do for Kamala, they wouldn't even have to try a third as hard in terms of the black population for Michelle.
She could get up there like Barry and spit Eminem lyrics.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she could. She could spit some Beyonce lyrics.
She could get up there and sing with Beyonce, some of that. Yeah. And then walk off with her.
Yeah. She's not Kenyan black. She's like Black American black.
No,
so
she's Black American black. She doesn't have to front at all except hide her class interests. That's all she has to do.
Yeah.
That's easier to do than fake the race. Faking class is easier than faking race.
There it is. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we come back with some more right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. Let's take y'all to the club. Remix on the remix.
Said I would get over you. Now I'm here on my own, trying to live my life. And now you wanna come back, but I don't need no brand new lies. Listen up. I wanna love that's serious. No time to play the games.
Hey.
I don't wanna be nobody's fool. So if you wanna be with me, you gotta give try and get some.
Come on.
Real love, everybody needs one.
All right.
Real love,
I got to have real love, 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 love. Let me take y'all to a time and place, man. Let's start off in 1989. Off that album, Larger Than Life, we are talking about Jody Watley. And the name of that song is Real Love. Mixed with a little bit of 1997. We talking about LL Cool J off his album Phenomenon. And the name of this song is Phenomenon. And that's what it is. Hit that like button, subscribe. Go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare, and also share. And as you can see, you can donate. How can you donate? By going to blkliberationmedia.org and dropping something on the donation button. Very much appreciated since we are demonetized forever. This will very much help us out. So thank y'all. And let's get back to the Remix Morning Show. You know how we go. Yeah.
That was hot.
Jody.
Shout out to Jody Watley for sure.
Ooh. And
that
I think
was
she
even-
still looks good.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't know, but I'm sure you're right.
No, I do know. No, I do
Shout
know.
out to Chuck Brown. Show you right.
She
She might
doing
be only a
house
few
music
years
and
older
stuff.
than me. No,
Mhm.
Jody was she should have had a longer career instead of staying.
Well, I was trying to think. Did she get Whitney Houston? Like, I feel like she was a casualty of the Whitney Houston promotional campaign back in the day. Was that not? Am I wrong on that? Like,
I don't
Whitney Houston
remember
kind of
why.
got. Remember, because Whitney Houston got
Yeah.
pushed as
Oh,
the
yeah.
white black star first,
yeah.
and even unfortunately even got booed at the BET joint at the
That's when she
beginning.
tried to go extra black. I think that's how she wound up with Bobby, personally.
Well, it probably caused a number of problems for her. I think that would have
I never
been
seen that with
wildly
Jody.
traumatic.
Because I know
I don't
she
know. I'm
did
just wondering. I don't know.
friends with Rakim, so definitely she wasn't looking for
With
the
Jody?
white crowd.
Hey,
Yeah.
Zero
I don't know what
PE
happened to
said that they
Jody's
think I'm
career. I
right.
don't know.
So
I don't know if there was a
Rock with
music.
that.
I know there was like a contractual dispute or something, or if just like one album just didn't hit as hard or whatever like that. But she had a couple of hits, and I thought she would have a
But
longer career. So it could
when
be
you-
a background thing.
well, when you watch the 20 Feet from Stardom documentary, which I think is an incredible documentary about backup singers, and you watch what I would have never considered, to be honest, that there would have been any discussion around Aretha Franklin and her impact on singing in the music community. But Mary Clayton, if I'm not mistaken, to this day has been saying, like, I got Aretha Franklin. Like, they told her, we already have one. In other words, we already have the black, not dark skin, brown skin, not stereotypically super fine, all of that. We have that who can really sing. We don't need another one.
No, you don't need 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
Nah. And Mary, she famously or infamously did the Rolling Stone rape murder line from Shout Away or whatever, that bolstering rape murder is just a shout away. That's her, in the original song and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But then she tried to have her own career, and a lot of great, like what's some Outkast sampled one of her songs back in the day. Anyway, but but they said there's only one. So that could, I could see that happening. What I miss?
No, somebody in the chat said, I know you're not comparing Whitney to Jody.
No.
But nobody's comparing their voices.
No.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting.
No,
Jody
I'm not
is
saying.
the
No,
voice.
okay, yeah, no, I'm not saying. Okay, right. I see the point. Yeah. No, I'm not comparing the voice, but I
Well,
am
we are
saying that.
sometimes they claim they clear the field for, again, that one, like for a long time there could only be one black comedian or one black
That's it.
this or
Yeah.
one black that, and so the other blacks could participate, but we had to participate like in the black categories. So if Jody wanted to be hot, she had to be hot
Right.
in the R&B soul category.
That's right.
But she couldn't be hot like worldwide hot. You know what I mean? So some
Because that's still the time where they were just still letting black people on MTV. I mean, it was like Prince, Michael, and then like sparse. It was sparse after that. So I don't know in terms of what happened, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
now she's doing house music now, so that's pretty much what she's doing at the age of 44. Still looking fine.
She's only 44?
No way.
No, Jody is older.
No,
than
I'm
The
thinking.
kid-
Oh, you're wrong. Yeah, you're right.
You
I'm
did
thinking of another person, Estelle. I was.
I was
doing
gonna say
something.
you stopped counting. There's zero
Yeah,
chance.
I know. I was like, wait a
Zero
minute, she older
chance.
than me.
Yeah. I was like, hold up, 44.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
I'm
gotta be
thinking
my
something.
age, I guess. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Whew,
Yeah.
I had to go bag that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I go catch y'all later.
But man, I never knew why she. Oh, you want to stay for this here, doctor? Like
What?
her compared to Sadie. I don't know why.
Stop
Shade-
saying
Sha-
that.
Sade.
You Kamal, you got to stop saying that. Like
It's-
I'm worried for your safety
it's-
in these streets. Never mind the political shit. You keep calling Sade out her name.
It's
Stop
it's
playing
a
with faith like that.
baritone vocal and another vocal. There's two different styles of vocals.
Oh, my
there.
bad.
So you
My
know
bad.
how to stop disrespecting.
I mean, really, thank you.
I mean, Sade is a treasure.
A treasure?
Yeah.
She at least
definitely.
deserves her name to be said correctly.
I
You
thought
over
I
here
did.
being
I thought that was her name.
wild
My bad.
disrespectful.
My bad. I thought that was her name.
Sadie.
Dang.
Oh,
I thought that was what her
Sadie.
mom-
Now you gonna all you doing is putting fuel into what are you doing here, doctor? What are you doing?
My bad.
And then I
that's it.
manifesto. Don't sweet Sadie. This is not this don't you gotta stop you right, Leah. We gotta stop Kamal like at the beginning.
My bad.
Yeah, because
I forgot.
Man,
It's just
Buggy.
it was like the Kamala thing. It was like this the pronunciation for me.
Again, you're putting Kamala in the Sade.
Kamala.
They don't deserve do
No,
whatever.
I'm just saying
Call
the
Kamala
it's the
whatever you want.
pronunciation thing. It was all the pronunciation thing for me. Like, people get mad because you mispronounce. It was like similar. When I see it, that's what happened. So
man, all the love making I made on Sade's albums, yo, bugging. I actually made love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh wow. Wow.
sweetest taboo. The sweetest.
all right. With that said, I'll exit stage left even.
Look, we do have I did want to show there was a story that speaking of Obamas and them, we did have a story in here that Erica left us that now I can't find it. Where is the thing on here? But that shows what you get with the Obamas. This is what we get with Obama's Michelle or Barack being defined as progressive or whatever. In the shadow of the Obama Center, Chicago residents fight displacement. And I think the headline says everything. You get Obama's name, you get the symbolism, and in reality, you get displacement. Investors are snapping up homes in the South Shore neighborhood, but a new tenants union is fighting back. So shout out to the whoever's fighting back, Community Benefits Agreement Coalition. I hope this is like an ironic use of the symbol. South Shore residents speak about the impact of the Obama Center before a September meeting of the Chicago City Council. The neighborhood has already said one of the city's highest. The neighborhood already has one of the city's highest eviction rates, and nearby residents have reported rents being hiked by as much as 60%. When Barack Obama met with Chicago residents about his proposed presidential center in 2018, the former president downplayed the threat that gentrification might pose to their communities. Hey, he said, we've got such a long way to go in terms of economic development before you're even going to start seeing prospects of significant gentrification. Obama said at a
That was
community
good.
forum.
Wait,
That's
stop.
pretty good, right? That's
That was
pretty
the
good,
first
right?
I've ever heard.
That's pretty good,
That was
right?
damn
That was better
good.
than I thought. I was like, am I really going to try this shit? That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was like, is he really going to try this? Hey, SNL, holla at your boy. I'll come through. Get that Saturday Night Live paycheck. Hey, real quick, speaking of all of this, before I forget, is anybody around here interested in us doing a live election night thing? Like, I'm actually interested in doing that.
I'm
Is
down with
anybody interested in doing it? You be down with that?
Yeah, I'm definitely down with that. Yeah.
All right, well, let's have some fun watching these fools, whatever happens.
Oh, I'm
anyway.
definitely down.
All right, yeah, we'll follow up with that. But yeah, so and yeah, okay, good. The chat's with it too. All right, well then there it is. If the chat's with it, hey. Yeah,
Back on the
seriously,
Obama
SNL,
stuff.
holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. I'm right here. I'm not hard to find. But yeah, that's what you get though. You get them coming through. I'm doing this for me, but I'm gonna make it seem like it's gonna help you.
You
Don't worry about it. And don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's not gonna be any gentrification. And then what does that mean? A few moments later, here come everybody out in the streets like, yo, 60% rent hikes, already the highest eviction notices. And what are we doing evicting? That's like evicting people, man.
And again,
I can't imagine. Yeah, that's got to be some of the shadiest
and
shit
he
out
knew.
there, man.
He know, and they know,
course
and
he
that's the
knew.
thing. Like they know, and all this grace is given. It's like, oh, he knows, and that's why no grace should ever be given again. It's like he knew what was happening in Libya. He knew what was happening in Afghanistan. He knew what was going to happen in Chicago. He knew what his words would mean in terms of like organizing. He knew when he told those cats not to in the NBA, not to form a union or not to strike. He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. People giving this dude grace. He don't care about black people in the black community.
It really doesn't.
He cares about his wealth, his connections to capital. That's what he cares about. And he knows how good he is at this shit. He knows it. There's no way you can put a multi-billion-dollar complex in the middle of a working class, poor black community and not understand that it's going to cause gentrification. There's no way. There's no way around not understanding the phenomena of what that does. He could have put that shit on some college campus. He could have put that shit on some black HBCU campus or whatever like that. But he knows that by putting it there, and I'm sure he even has other real estate interests, which is helping to gentrify. So it's not only just the library that he's getting. I'm sure he has other interests that he's like pulling on right now. It's like this dude is he's just slick with it, right? He just knows what he's doing. But what does Obama do as soon as he gets out the White House, right? He's taking trips with his billionaire friends, like showing you. And again, the sadness for us is that we lived through it. Like people who live through it is in they want to be that, or they think, oh, it's fantastic. He's getting to live this life. It's like,
shit.
Do you understand what's happening here? Like all those 8 years in which nothing was done to change the very conditions of our lives and all that was promised. This dude walks out with 40, 50, 60, $80 million checks all lined up. He knows what he's doing. You know, he's got a whole gravy train he's protecting. Winning the White House was the greatest. Winning the White House for him was the greatest move ever. It was a move. It was a move. And it has brought him untold riches. I saw, and I this one I didn't even.
Oh no, we're gonna look at it here. This is where they live. This is where they live. This is we did this a couple years ago. Let's take a tour of Barack and Michelle's Martha Vineyard. This is their Martha Vineyard home. I don't even know that suggests there's.
I was going to ask if that was Hawaii. That's not even Hawaii. That's a Martha Vineyard.
No, that's Martha's Vineyard. Look at all that shit, man. Look at all that shit, man. This should infuriate. I share this not to inspire jealousy, but to inspire anger. Straight up.
Yeah. And
look at how these.
I think he wants a change of anything.
Look at you. Got some motherfucking nerve living like this when you have no matter who you are, but you have paraded yourself as being for the people. And got some nerve to live like this while not even your home, which would be bad enough, but a center that you develop far away from where you actually live is participating and aiding in the further devolution of other people's homes. Like this. Ooh.
Look at that.
We should and if anybody watching this has any even smidgen of I'm jealous or I wish I had that or whatever, address that, stare at it like your Jungian shadow and smack it in the face and say, no, we should be doing something else as opposed to wishing we lived in this. Nobody should be living like this. Zero.
This is like 4 people and the kids are out, like 2 people maybe now.
Staff.
3 people.
I'm sure they got live-in staff. You can't.
My bad.
Where are they coming from? You can't even see other people? Where would the staff be driving in from? Like there's nowhere anywhere near here. They got here's their staff.
Now they're the Obama.
That's how they got there.
They're not through the boat.
They got the canoes and the little. That's how the staff show up
And
every
they
morning.
better get there on time. And
They better be
get
on
there
time. I don't want to hear some shit about low tide, high
Yeah.
tide, none of that shit. Get
We
your
got
ass
parties.
there early.
We got parties. We got parties to
Or
throw.
I just need my breakfast. Fuck a party. I just need my coffee. Where's my bagel? You think I'm gonna walk all the way down there to the kitchen?
Yep. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what? It's not about getting to it. It's about getting off. When do they probably live there in the basement? They got their own quarters at some section where they live. The question is whether or not they ever get to leave.
They get to
I mean,
leave,
with the
right?
time off, when they get to see their kids or whatever. Like that. Like,
No,
don't have
damn
it.
that. They
Don't have
put a
it.
little volleyball court out back and a ping pong table in the basement and say, "Nah, there's your entertainment."
Yeah, I mean that's they know it's the biggest come up for and ever. He's not interested in anything around working class people, poor people, black people. He's interested in maintaining a power position, which he's done, and that's like, so whatever hopes and dreams that people pour into Barack Obama, you're pouring out your soul. You know what I mean? You're pouring out nothing. Like, you're not getting nothing in return for that. And it shows, and people still do it. That's part of the propaganda system. People, because he can quote Eminem rhymes, people still go crazy.
Which he learned that morning. I still think he learned them
Exactly,
that morning.
Exactly. No, of course he did. But he's a performer. I mean, what his talent is that he's a performer. So of course he did.
Absolutely.
When he did the Al Green lyrics, he's a performer. He knows how to turn it on. He's a charmer. He's a snake charmer. He's like the best. What again? I think others may disagree, but I still think he's the best politician of his generation.
Oh, easily.
I don't see.
Who
see
would be
anybody
better
like
than that?
Yeah.
He did so much and got away with so much. Because the immediate narrative, even while he was first elected and for 2 years had the Democratic majorities in the House and Senate, they were already building the narrative about what he could not do because of the Republican resistance, what he could not do because of the right wing, or what he could not do because we weren't first electing him and then getting out into the streets to make him. Remember, he used to run all that? You have to make me be the president you want me to be. We just elected. Well, y'all just elected you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, what do you like? What do you? That isn't that? That's the whole point. Now we got to, on top of electing you, go out here and do more shit. I mean, god damn. So then, yeah, it's. And then after he got out, they did that in. There were all those stories coming out again about, let's reflect on how the Republicans stopped him from the revolution that he was about to bring us, and we were this close. And then you black folks didn't come out and vote for Hillary, and and you Green Party and all you other folks ruined it for Hillary. Otherwise, we would have extended the Obama legacy.
Obama run, yeah.
Remember, Trump said when he was at that luncheon where Obama joked him from the podium, Trump said it. I mean, I don't know. His claim was, "I'm doing this to upset your legacy. I'm only running because you made fun of me on the podium." And now I'm going to mess up your whole Obama legacy just to spit in your face. And of course, given this country's ridiculous situation, he's able to do it. Like, that's the idea that he would say that and be able to do it is, But again, that's
and
your fault.
And the worst politician of our lifetime is a Hillary Clinton.
She got to be top 3 at least.
Yeah. Again, somebody who's held power, has done some awful things, but as a politician, I would be embarrassed to be her. I mean, the fact that she has to blame the Russians for losing the election is like, okay, lady.
Well, speaking of embarrassment, I don't want to leave this morning without a positive note. And this story, clearly Erica left for Kamau and the Kamau's of the world, because this is apparently an important development for the other career I know you want to be involved in. Chippendales are unionizing, apparently. So unions are hot, just ask Chippendales. So
that is my body right there. I do it in the middle. It's kind of
they just cropped.
I think they just cropped it. After
this is some Photoshop.
That's some Photoshop after I shaved. You know what I'm saying?
Las Vegas is very much a union town. In September, after decades of work from Unite Here's Culinary Workers Union, hotels and restaurants on Las Vegas strips officially became 100% unionized, drawing a celebratory visit from Acting Secretary of Labor Julie Su and winning a historic wage increase for 4,000 workers at the Venetian Resort.
Oh wow!
All right, so shout out and the Chippendales, the world's most famous male review, have added another accessory to their trademark cuffs and collar, a union card. So there goes Kamau photoshopped again. I don't know why. Like, they don't have other people that they can point to. They got to Photoshop you into every one of
Always,
these.
Yeah, because I mean, what else?
That's
are they gonna
crazy.
use?
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. We're
Giga-
gonna
Giga
take our
Chad.
best one and we're just gonna put him. Did you see? I did watch last year. I think it was last year. The documentaries. There was a couple documentaries, and then there was a dramatic piece with the dude, the comedian that got on steroids and got himself in shape eventually. The Indian dude, I think, or Pakistani dude.
Oh, I know the dude you're talking about. Yeah.
But he played the guy because there was a famous murder. Like the founder of Chippendales was killed, right? He killed somebody else. He shot and killed somebody else over trying to break away and do something else. Something about like the people who there was I think the beef was between the guy who took them on tour versus the stationary. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so so good for them. Everybody should be unionized.
No, we're happy about the labor. Yeah, again, everybody should get unionized. That shouldn't be like, because I think for the first time in a long time the numbers started to swing back upwards or whatever, but only slightly, and then you still have the whole South where the whole South where it's like work was it at will employment here in the South.
At will employee,
yeah.
That's it. It's well, so shout out to them. And we know that when Kamau leaves Black Liberation Media, I'm self-assured to have a union card. It's very important.
That's part about it. Yeah. I go back to my regular daytime hustle.
Yeah. Just a little bit more good news here. 50 Cent is reportedly the second largest property owner in downtown Shreveport, Louisiana.
That's not hard to do, though. Yeah. No offense to Shreveport, B. I mean, my man has made a big comeback. I thought for a while he was about to go under, and then I guess these bad. Oh God, the G Unit.
G-Unit Film and Television. He opened G-Unit Studios
in Shreveport,
the largest Black-owned studio behind Tyler Perry. The 985,000 square foot property is being used to operate a production studio and/or activities and uses related to the promotion or development of the film, sound, light, movie, television, broadcasting, recording, and arts industries. So,
I mean, he totally reinvented himself in a way where it's just like some people might not even know he was a rapper.
Oh yeah, he's one of those people who was.
He's buying up vacant properties and.
Oh God, what's that?
Look at that! That's where you want to go to get your production stuff done. Yeah. Hey, you know what I mean?
There was a point where it felt like his career was done. Like when I thought he was going. I know they had the famous, like he sold the quarter water, the Coca-Cola for some money or whatever like that. But then all of a sudden it was like you didn't hear nothing. And then
the vitamin stuff, vitamin.
Yeah, and then this dude all of a sudden is producing Hollywood shows or whatever. So
listen, I ain't gonna front. That Power series is it, man.
I still have never seen. I've not seen a 50 Cent production.
Not one. I don't have not 1 second.
You can get to see Mary J in her finest acting. I'm telling you.
Look, I'm sure it's not great, but when she was in the Umbrella Academy, she was good.
She was good.
I thought she was good in that. Yeah, I thought she did well in that. To be honest with you,
I did watch the thing with Terrence Howard. What was the one with Terrence Howard?
Empire.
I watched that. I mean, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad, but it kept me watching. It was like, when something's really bad, but it still is like you keep on watching.
It's the car accident, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was so bad, but I was like every week I was.
You ain't like really Empire?
Stayed as bad.
I wanted to like it. I started to like it at first. I think it was the time we were searching for some new shows, whatever. And then started, we found the black show, started watching it. It was just the level of silliness kind of thing. I can't, white drama, black drama. If you're going to make me buy into it, you got to, at least I got to feel like the acting is up someplace where I'm like, oh, okay, I can see that happening. And I never bought into all the character and all the shifts and all that kind of shit. So sometimes people work it and sometimes they don't. But I feel like we watched like 2 or 3 seasons worth before I just gave up on it. I felt the same way about, what was the one about the family in Louisiana? Also, the New Orleans, like they own property, the sugar or something.
Was it called Sugar? Wasn't it
I
called
think it
Sugar?
was.
Yeah.
So
I
Queen
watched
Sugar. Queen Sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah.
First season, really liked. And then I felt like there was this dramatic drop off. But again, I watched all 3 or 4 seasons of it. And I almost hate watched it to be like, is this over yet? But some of it, like at first, I really liked it at first. And then it just like resorted to some overacting and some cliches and some like, what? Who would do that? If I got like, why are you doing that? If you already got this, and like the plot holes were just too big, and you're just like, oh, okay, this is good.
That's the thing. When you start seeing the plot holes and you can like visibly, basically physically, it's like, nah, man. But I will say Queen Sugar at least had, I saw one episode where they had music from DC's own Odyssey in it. So I was like, wow, good for him. He got a track on a what I thought was
here was the biggest plot. So they had the activist. One sister was the activist organizer, and then she was secretly in love with the white cop. And so she
that would have done it for me. Yeah, I'm not watching.
She had an affair with the white, and that was always like, no matter what happened, she somehow always went back to the white cop. Even after they did a storyline where he basically was a part of a crew that was involved in beating up a young black man, causing him to lose his ability to walk, and he's in a wheelchair.
Wow.
He went to jail for it, prison for it. Came out, apologized, all that kind of stuff. And
apologized.
Young, I was forced into, and they still had them get back together. I was like, what fucking crazy shit is this? What world is this that the so-called radical activist winds up with the white police brutality abusing cop, and that's her only true love? And I think she even broke up with the black dude, like the whole. Then they had like the whole bad. He was so good, the black dude who was so perfect, dude. Even that wasn't enough, and she broke up with him to get back with the white cop.
Who,
Oh man,
that alone, I wouldn't watch. I would have to turn that off.
Yeah. I watched through all that pain.
Oh, that's Ava DuVernay. Did she do that show?
Apparently, she started it, left it, and came back. And so, but I don't know. But it was trash.
Yeah, man. I think the most successful longevity having MC right now would have to be LL, because he's had
that was a wild segue.
A top single every decade.
Yeah, why you brought up LL?
Let's be talking about 50 Cent and just talking about. I was keeping it in Queens,
But I don't
business.
I still don't know if LL cracks my top 10, top 20.
No way.
The radio, Rock the Bells.
I would have loved LL. When I hear some of the old bangers, it's like he had a lot of bangers, but for
he
some
did.
Reason, he just doesn't. He doesn't. When I think of the greatest rappers of all time, it doesn't pop in my head. It never pops in my head.
That's crazy, because even in longevity, he's got majority of all these people.
What longevity? Yeah, like a good 7-8 years.
No.
You say since the 8, but you're talking about his TV career.
No, I'm talking about He's put out a number top 10 Billboard song every decade.
That you liked? What, this decade?
Headstrong. He got.
It was like 35 years. Headstrong was 35 years ago.
Nah,
so that was the last one.
Headstrong was last decade.
No, it was not last decade.
It was 2000. Was it?
No. At best 2000, probably 98, 97.
I'm not
2004.
2004?
2000.
That was the last one. That's 20 years ago.
And he just came out with his new album.
No one's listening to that. No one cares about no one but LL cares about his new album. It allows him to go grease himself up, do some more plastic surgery.
All right.
Let's be real.
Okay.
Not in the last.
He's definitely on at least HRT, or if not more.
And he went head to head on a track with Eminem and actually sound good.
I don't. What track? And who
Off,
cares?
off his new album.
That's not a
Off
standard.
his
That's
new
not-
album.
Yeah.
That's not a standard.
And
Even
again, who cares
YouTube
about Eminem
videos are-
anymore?
Yeah, exactly. Even the YouTube community is doing videos about how Eminem is trash now.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
like-
Eminem is 20 years. It's gone.
What? Who cares? Who's
all right,
listening
all
to
right.
that?
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
How
even
can you-
listening
yeah.
to?
Why are you
He's
bringing
still
up LL?
$12.99 for 12 shots to the dome or whatever that shit was. I still
Oh,
want my
no,
money
here we
back for that
go.
album. That
Mama
album is
said "Knock You Out" was still his best album, and that was 40 years ago. B.
No,
No,
Bigger and Deffer.
before that-
Bigger and Deffer.
Maybe
all
bigger
that-
and Deffer. Maybe
that-
bigger.
Didn't you just play Candy the other day? I was rocking to that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that? What's that? What was that on?
That
What
was
album was that?
I Can't Live Without My Radio out
He
there.
had like 3 albums. I mean, no, LL had bangers.
and
But-
Walking Like a
The
Panther.
Jingling Baby is
Jingling
was
Baby was
dope,
a great song.
Absolutely.
Walking Like a Panther. Yeah.
Great song.
He always
But
had
that's-
hits.
but that's very
But these
long
They
ago.
were hits. For some reason, though, he doesn't
Something like a
disturb me. It's
phenomenon.
boom.
Something like a
like
phenomenon.
that.
I played that
It's
with the
all
Jody
I
Watley.
love LL.
See?
I love
That was
him.
all right.
It's just
all
not.
right.
It's just. I just don't think of him as a top 10 MC.
All right. Well, you know.
So like the like
Boom
even
and System was one of the greatest songs.
Boom and
of
System
all
is a
time.
classic. No,
Yeah,
no question.
yeah,
No question. No question. Absolutely.
Pink Cookies in
But
the
again,
plastic bag.
30 years ago.
Doing
30
it,
I didn't
doing
like
doing
that.
it well.
I didn't like that song. I didn't like that.
Doing
that
it,
was
doing
all
it
right.
well.
That was all right. That was
Good
all
One
right.
was good. Yeah.
But what I did not like is, and I think there's a violation here. If you do if that story is true, that you do 4, 3, 2, 1, and then redo your verse after hearing Cannabis do his verse, and then put the new verse on the album so that you can outshine Cannabis, that's trifling.
All these rappers do that. They just don't tell you.
Okay, well, that's trifling. I think that's
Or
trifling. I think
If you do a
that's
song with a country artist that says some shit like, "If you
Thank
forgive
you.
me," that's
His
like,
That's
last
it.
album, he
Nah,
apologized.
nah,
this last album, he
nah.
apologized. He said that was my worst decision I ever made was doing that song with him. He even said that in his last.
he said that on the
That's
album.
No, on one of these last interviews. He's like, that was the worst
no,
mistake I
that's
ever
not
made.
enough. That's not enough.
You can fuck up sometimes.
That was
That's a
huge.
huge. That's a huge fuck up. That's a enormous.
That's a wax fuck up. That's it.
And then yeah, and that requires multi years of apologies circulating the globe to you got to try to approximate how the spread of that song went. You can't just do one podcast and be like,
You
yo,
gotta
that
do
was a
free
mistake.
shows.
Damn,
Not that
you
he can
gotta-
really charge
right.
anymore anyway. I mean,
Damn, Kamal, you got Minister Server pissed, shocked, and hurt that you talking disrespecting LL.
Who disrespected him? I'm talking about facts here. Facts.
I don't know
All
about
facts.
Minister Server, seriously, with all due respect, because we respect you around here. Are you saying LL's a top 10? Is he in your top 10? Is he
No
in
way.
yours, ear doctor? No way.
top
way.
20?
Yeah, I might give him 18.
Top 20. Top 20.
Yeah, I think he's top 20. He's like 18. I mean, he had the longevity. He's a legend. He came out at a
Longevity.
certain time. But it wasn't because he's no longer. Come
You
on.
know how I know he can't be my, I know he's not in my top 20, even if he deserves it, is because when I drink, I never want to hear it. Like, I don't like, when I start drinking, I'm never like,
You never
yo,
reach for
man,
the
somebody
LL?
put some LL on.
Does
It just
anybody
doesn't-
do that? Does anybody ever say, yo, put some LL on right now? It's like when it happens and you're like, oh shit, that was great. Oh shit, that was fantastic.
Right.
Yo, that was the man. That was the man.
When the
You
DJ
never
puts it
go.
on, you'd be like,
Yeah,
you
you
never,
never
right.
go, yo, can you throw some LL for me? When have you ever heard that as a DJ, B?
Come on,
The
man.
top 10?
He's top 10, Minister Server.
I
really?
mean, when we look at the categories of how you break down an
You
artist,
need to go back on Black Power Media. You need to go back where you were. Go back.
Oh, damn. Damn.
My bad, but you know what I'm saying.
Come out.
You know, he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Come out.
Top 10, my nigga? No.
I mean, I agree with you on that, but we're not sending nobody out for that.
God,
We just not letting Minister Server near the DJ. We're not letting him near the
shit.
music playlist. Who has an LL playlist right now?
I
Who
do.
opens up there? You don't. Who else beside Ear Doctor has a LL playlist ready to go right now. Come on,
Oh
man.
man, y'all disrespect with an LL boy. I tell you, I get it. But at the same time, man, living legend. That's what they call him, LL.
I mean,
That's what
he
he calls
runs.
himself. That's what he calls himself.
What I do like about, you know what I like? I'll give him credit for this. He has his black-owned, LL-owned channel that challenges Shade 45 on Sirius XM.
Mhm.
So I won't listen to Eminem's channel just on GP. But when I will roll through LL's channel. So shout out to him for that. Because why would Eminem have the only hip hop channel on Sirius? That's
Yeah. Actually, I do listen to LL's channel.
Yeah, Rock the Bell
Yeah.
Radio. He giving
Rock the Bell Radio. Yeah.
Roxanne Shante, a bunch of
Might be
people,
the
old school
one.
rappers jobs, employing
Yep.
them and everything. So pick up the
But I do refuse to turn on Shade 45. just so you know.
Kamal. He said
I know,
on
he said-
site.
Oh damn.
You know who he been hanging
Minister.
around with?
Oh,
You
my
know who he
God.
hanging around with? He said, "I'm in your town, my nigga."
Yo.
Oh no! Not another feud.
That's
Oh,
that Jersey
yikes.
shit, yo. Relax,
Yikes.
minister. Relax, minister. We cool in the gang up here, yo.
Yikes.
Yo, it's time to get out of here. First of
Dang,
all,
it
I
is.
won't be doing a classical breakdown. Kim's under the weather, so we're gonna postpone that till next week, and we're gonna do the '70s Stevie Wonder albums, and get back to that. What else you got going on? Not you, Kamal, Jared.
Well, Kamal will be back with us tomorrow. We got remix
No,
Friday.
I won't be. I'll be on the plane
Oh, my
tomorrow. Headed to
God.
Baltimore.
Here
I'll
we
be going to
go.
Baltimore tomorrow.
Are we
Oh,
getting?
my
Kids,
God.
kids, everybody.
Have you talked to Curtis? Is he coming tomorrow?
I'm assuming Curtis should be on there. No
Okay.
reason for him not to. He better be.
Alright,
You
alright.
can't have one bad day or one, and
I'm just
give up.
saying we
One
will
bad
find out.
argument.
One bad argument. Hell,
One
if
bad
that was the case,
argument.
nobody would be on the air. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
That's-
know.
It'd just be a whole bunch of empty chairs around.
I
here.
know.
Curtis,
He all right.
where you at? I know you watching. Stop playing. You coming tomorrow? All right.
Now, he'll tell you the
You
text.
said you bringing the
He'll text.
family to Baltimore tomorrow?
Yeah, everybody's coming. Yeah. The kids,
Alright.
Agat's coming. I'm coming. Yeah, we all together.
Better order a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and welcome them, Jared. That's how
No, I
do
was good. I was actually seeing if I was. It made me start thinking, can I get my kids to come home and we could all link up? I don't even know my
Oh, we
my
should.
oldest
Oh,
my
wow.
oldest man. She too cool for me right now. She hadn't even returned my last text.
Damn.
That's how trifling it. That's how trifling these kids get.
She's like,
She enjoying
I
life.
finally got a
freedom.
phone. Do you think I'm
She was like, I already got my money. I'm good.
I got freedom. What do you mean? All right, so
Trifling,
that's what it is. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with some more Remix Morning Show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, also donate at blkliberationmedia.org. And we got much love for y'all. Thank y'all for loving us. All right, with that said, we out. Peace, my people. Blah, 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 blah. Let me get my...
There's no reason to believe.
Oh, I got that. Oh, I got it all wrong. Here we go. Let's end it off with some ratchetness on the Remix Morning Show.
There's no reason to believe she'd always be there. But don't put faith in what you believe in. That's getting you nowhere. Cause it helps you never look up. Don't look down, just look up. Cause she's always there behind you. Just to remind you the two hearts living in just one mind. You know it's too hard living in just one mind.
I get there. Now she ain't really pretty, but she got it, but she got it, but she got it, but she got it.